Hello there. Well, hello there. Welcome to this is like a backup episode of In a Galaxy, just in case one week we don't have something to post, or for some reason I don't know. This episode is being recorded on Thursday, August 27th. So that is, I think, it would be the Thursday after the posting of the viewing order episode, but before the posting of episode 22, Space Jousting. If you want to put that in, if you want to pull out your canon timelines of Star Wars in a Galaxy stuff, and figure out when that is. Yeah, and it's the weekend before Force Fest.
Weekend before Force Fest. Super
Yeah.
hype. 2 days away.
Yeah, and so you're probably listening to this probably in September, October if we put it out then. Anyway, the reason we're doing this episode is because of a project that is near and dear to my heart, because I've been working on it for, I'd say, the last month. Basically, about 2 years ago, there were these cool people out there that created a website called, created a mock AP exam like the one someone would take in a high school, called the AP Minecraft exam, because I was a big Minecraft fan back in the day. And they made it look exactly like a real AP exam. It was extremely impressive. 2 seconds, everything, all the fluff, all the icing on the cake.
It was pretty cool. It was very cool.
And I thought to myself, I could do that with Star Wars. And you know what happened next? I did. What we are doing right now is Jacob is going to be taking the AP Star Wars exam written by yours truly.
Let's go.
I'm excited
I'm not
about
quite
this.
sure what to expect.
So, without further ado, do you want me to read the questions to you, Jacob? Do you wanna read them yourself?
I think I'll let the creator read the questions. That sounds awesome. I already skimmed through there are extensive testing notes. All questions in this section refer to the main viewable media of Star Wars canon. No questions in this section about behind-the-scenes creation of the Star Wars film will be asked. No questions in this section about the underlying community or reaction.
That's just icing on the cake. That's just me doing official language.
And Darth Vader are not to be considered the same person. Neither are Kylo Ren and Ben Solo for the purposes of this test. Wow, okay. It goes on. It's all right. You can read it yourself if you want.
Yes, we will have this posted sometime. I'm not sure. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to roll this stuff out. Here's the thing. We're going to do section 1 first. And I'm going to give you, Jacob, I'm going to give you a little bit of a handicap for one reason. Jacob, at this point, has not viewed a single episode of Star Wars Resistance.
That's not entirely true. I viewed 8 episodes. I just watched them this morning, actually.
Really?
That was actually what I was going to be talking about for this month segment.
Interesting.
So. Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, okay, here's what I'll do, actually. Here's what I'm going to do.
If I don't know the answer,
here's what I'm going to do.
Over them.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a handicap for one question.
One question. All right, cool.
Because he has seen the beginning of season 1, which can answer one question, but he hasn't seen season 2, and he needs that to answer another question. So.
All right, that's correct. All right.
Whoops. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, AP section 1, 50 questions, span of 45 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for 45 minutes.
All right.
It's going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm going to start this thing. Question number 1. Why were Lando Calrissian and Luke Skywalker unsuccessful in locating the dagger that would lead to the Wayfinder of Exegol? I forgot to mention the answers. Whoops. A. They never located the correct planet it was on. B. They were called back from their search because of an attack on the New Republic. C. The previous owner of the dagger had died and in turn left the dagger in a place that they could not find. D. The previous owner had destroyed the dagger. E. The previous owner had engaged them, wounded Lando with the dagger, and then ran away.
Oh, jeez. Man, I only watched The Rise of Skywalker in theaters, so I'm a little rusty on this. I'm gonna go with C. The previous owner died. That's my
C.
answer.
Okay, I'm keeping
Are
track
you
of your
gonna tell me
answers.
now, or are you just
I'm gonna
gonna
tell you at the
tell
end.
me later? All right, awesome.
I'm gonna end once
All
I've
right.
calculated everything. Number 2. In what year did Darth Maul die? 2 ABY, 32 BBY, 10 BBY, 2 BBY, or 10 ABY?
I'm so glad you didn't use ASI and BSI. That would
Those
have made
aren't
me very
official.
upset.
These are the
They're
official
not
ones.
official, no. Yeah, these are the official ones. Yeah. I would go. Wait. Uh, two. It's two BBY. Two
2
BBY.
BBY. Okay, 2D.
Guys and Rebels. Two BBY.
How was Din Djarin convinced to take his helmet off, despite the Mandalorian tradition of the time not to? He was not in front of a living being, just a droid, so technically no one saw. He was about to die. He was a prisoner and needed more proper identification. His son would not be quiet until he removed it. Or E, he was the last living Mandalorian.
He was just in front of a droid. So that one.
Okay.
He was in front of a droid, so it didn't count.
Number 4. When telling Anakin Skywalker the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, Chancellor Sheev Palpatine also reveals his opinion of the moral of the tale. What is that moral? No one is invincible. All who gain power are afraid to lose it. Everyone has a blind spot. Freedom is a vice, not a virtue. Or when light rises, so does darkness.
Ooh. I think. Can you read them one more time?
JT. We need to have like some JTE rule for this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll reread
okay.
stuff to you.
It's okay. I'll read it off the page.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with everyone has a blind spot.
Okay.
Is my guess.
Number 5. Kazuda Xiono's father is what profession? Miner, principal, pilot, foot soldier, or senator?
Oh man.
This one was the resistance.
I should know this. I should know this,
You
but I
should be
don't.
able to answer.
Yeah, I should be able to answer, but I don't think I can. I'm gonna go with pilot.
Okay. Question 6. What is the name of the task force of genetically modified clone troopers consisting of Tech, Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, and eventually Echo? The Bad Batch, the X-Clones, Inferno Squad, the Bad Bunch, or the Weird Clones?
The Weird Clones. No, just kidding. The Bad Batch. It's obviously it's the Bad Batch. I know that. I didn't even need to hear the answers.
I know. I just had to do it out of formality.
Yeah.
Number 7.
The Weird Clones. What if they made an entire TV show called What if they had to make a TV show called The Weird Clones?
Imagine. Number 7. When Han Solo finds his ex-girlfriend Kira again after not seeing her for many years, what organization is she working for? The Hutt Cartel, the Pike Syndicate, Black Sun, Crimson Dawn, or the Zrexis Cartel?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn. Question number 8. Which creature latches onto the Millennium Falcon in the asteroid belt outside of the planet Hoth? Minok, Rathtar, Exogorth, Geonosian, or Pultec?
Oh, a Geonosian, obviously. No, a Minok. A Minok. Imagine a Geonosian.
Next question, number 9. Who does Sabine Wren team up with to try and locate Ezra Bridger after he disappeared in an attempt to save the planet of Lothal? Oh, sorry. Hera Syndulla, Kanan Jarrus, Ahsoka Tano, CT-7567 Rex, or Garrus of Aurelius?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano. Number 10. Of the following, which is a being from the planet of Mortis? The sister, the brother, the cousin, the mother, or the father?
It's... Oh, man. It's the father. The father.
Over what planet does the Grand Inquisitor die? Maikapo, Mustafar, Jeddah, Lothal, or Garel?
Mustafar.
Okay, by the way, I'm keeping track of these.
Awesome, yeah.
Number 12. Who gives Poe Dameron a piece of the map containing the location of Luke Skywalker? Leia Organa, Lor San Tekka, Han Solo, Ochi of Bestoon, or Moden Kennedy?
Well, I know it's not Ochi of Bestoon, thanks to your deranged ranting, Eli. Just kidding. But, thanks to your utter fixation... No. Seriously, though. Lor San Tekka.
Lor San Tekka.
its way into the podcast, but Eli has been absolutely obsessed with Ochi of Bestoon lately, and I can't for the life of me figure out why.
Three times on the exam he's featured. He's already come up
okay.
twice, so watch out. Number
I
13.
will.
The Gungan underwater city is called what? Gunga, Gungo City, Auto Gungo, Gungo, or Auto Gunga?
Auto Gunga.
Okay. The following question uses the following list. 1. Count Dooku. 2. Asajj Ventress. 3. General Grievous. Of the above, which made major appearances in the Star Wars The Clone Wars movie? 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, just 1, or 1, 2, and 3?
Well, that's not confusing at all. So Count Dooku is 1, Asajj is 2, and Grievous is 3. I'm gonna say, wait. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Has to be
Next
Dooku and
question.
Ventress.
Which of the following is not the name of one of the younglings that Ahsoka Tano and Master Yoda escort to Ilum? Reg, Gungi, Biff, Katuni, or Ganodi?
Oh man, I know that Gungi is 1. I know that Katuni is 1. I'm gonna go with I think Ganodi is not 1. I don't think they'd have 3 names ending with I and 1 plus.
Okay. Finish the
Ganodi.
sentence. The rebel base is on the planet of Yavin 2, 6, 5, 4, or 7.
Yavin 4.
I have to do formality and finish the question. Anyway.
That's okay.
Okay,
yeah.
This next question I'm going to mark because you have not seen this episode of Resistance. Number 18. Which object famously split in half in the middle of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi? Rey's blaster, Kylo Ren's mask, Leia's ring, Luke's staff, or the Skywalker lightsaber?
I think it's Anakin's lightsaber.
Okay, the Skywalker lightsaber. Number 19. Which dark-side figure knights Kanan Jarrus in the Lothal Jedi Temple? Darth Vader, the Grand Inquisitor, the Fifth Brother, the Seventh Sister, or the Eighth Brother?
The Grand Inquisitor. It's the Grand Inquisitor.
Number 20. What species is Jabba the Hutt's Mayordomo Bib Fortuna? Togruta, Abednego, Twi'lek, Zabrak, or Devaronian?
He is a Twi'lek.
Okay. Number 21. Which ancient Sith Lord does Yoda encounter on the planet of Morabund? Darth Plagueis, Darth Revan, Darth Bane, Darth Tenebris, or Darth Kaldoth?
Darth Bane.
In which season of Star Wars The Clone Wars, the TV series, is Darth Maul found by his brother Savage Opress? 4, 3, 5, 2, or 6?
Ooh, man. I'm gonna go with 4. That's kind of a guess, though, but 4.
Okay, 4. Which Jedi, with the help of Ahsoka Tano, duels Asajj Ventress on the Star Destroyer Tranquility? Kit Fisto, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luminara Unduli, or Ayla Secura?
Luminara Unduli.
The following question uses the following list. Number 1, Darth Vader. Number 2, Luke Skywalker. Number 3, Leia Organa. Number 4, Han Solo. Number 5, R2-D2. Which of the characters from the above list appear in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story?
Which of those characters appear in Rogue One? Darth Vader. It's 1, 3, and 5. Darth Vader, Leia.
Whoops, I forgot to say the options were 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 and 5, 3 and 4, and 1, 3, and 5. And Jacob picked 1, 3, and 5.
It's 1, 3, and 5. Yeah. That's
25. On what planet do Anakin Skywalker and Mace Windu get trapped under Rebel because of a trap set by Boba Fett? Karlak, Vancor, Takodana, Tatooine, or Botha-Wui?
Vancor.
What is the name of the Archduke of Geonosis? Karina, Poggle, Sunfak, Click-Clack, or Peck?
The name of the Archduke, you said?
Yes.
I think it's Poggle.
Which TIE Fighter variant is a main focus of Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels? Defender, Phantom, Interceptor, Reaper, or Bomber?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you read the question again? I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, don't worry about it. Which TIE fighter variant is a main focus of Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels? The Defender, the Phantom, the Interceptor, the Reaper, or the Bomber?
The TIE Defender. Thrawn's TIE Defender.
The following 2 questions uses the following list. Kit Fisto is number 1. Number 2, Aegon Kolar. Number 3, Mace Windu. Number 4, Saisi Teen. In what order are the Jedi on the above list killed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 3, 1, 4, 2, or 1, 4, 2, 3?
I think it is 2, 4, 1, 3. Aegon Kolar, then Saisi Teen, then Kit Fisto,
C.
then Mace Windu.
Which of the Jedi on the above list are on Geonosis in the opening battle of the Clone Wars? 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4, or 1, 2, 3 and 4?
Whoa, okay, hang on a sec. This is... Which of the above Jedi are at the Battle of Geonosis? I think it is... I'm gonna say all of them.
All of them.
The last answer, all of the above.
30. Why was Toro Calican so willing to let Din Djarin take all the money for helping him kill Fennec Shand? He already had enough money and was in the hunt for the thrill. Fennec Shand was a personal enemy of his. He was doing it for revenge. He wanted the glory of the kill so he could go down in history. He actually did want the money, but Djarin stole it from him. Or he was trying to use the kill to get into the Bounty Hunters Guild.
He was trying to use the kill to get into the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Which of these names is it not the name of an Ewok? Poplu, Wicket, Logray, Gunji, or Chirpa?
It's Gunji. Gunji's a dude in he's a Jedi youngling, I believe.
What is the name of the clone commander responsible for the capture of Zero the Hutt in the Star Wars The Clone Wars film? CC-1010 Fox, CC-3636 Wolf, CC-1119 Apo, CC-2224 Cody, or CC-2237 Oddball?
I think it is Fox.
Okay, next question. What is the name of the system that the First Order completely destroys with Starkiller Base? The Ilenium system, the Hosnian system, the Hoth system, the Alderaan system, or the Coruscant system?
It is the Hosnian system.
Why are Anakin Skywalker, Kit Fisto, and Ahsoka Tano all forced to call the Jedi High Council for help on Mon Calamari? The Separatists brought technological reinforcements meant to overwhelm them. The Separatists brought droid reinforcements meant to overwhelm them. The Republic had lost most of its clone troopers, and the Jedi were some of the only survivors. The Republic had lost most of its Jedi, and Fisto, Tano, and Skywalker were the only Jedi survivors. An earthquake had killed a lot of the Republic's troops.
Let me look at those answers.
You have time.
Again,
You have quite a bit of time.
The Separatists brought... What's the difference between technological reinforcements and droid reinforcements?
Yeah, I should... the difference between technological and droid trooper reinforcements is, one of them is referring to vehicular or, like, greater technological, like... One of them's referring to just, like, oh, they just brought 10,000 more battle droids and 5,000 more super battle droids.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what D means. And then A means enhanced vehicles and, like, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, I think the Jedi were the only... No. Oh, jeez. Why can't I remember this? This is one of my favorite arcs.
We can come back to it, by the way.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's go with the separatists brought technological reinforcements. I think that is the answer.
Okay. Number
That was my best guess.
35. What was unique about Ezra Bridger's first lightsaber? Whoops. Okay, there we go. The color of it was pink. It did not have a kyber crystal. Instead a special Talaz crystal. It had a blaster built into it. It had an extra long blade, or it was the first ever triple-bladed lightsaber.
It had a blaster in it. That was what made it special.
Number 36. How did Cassian Andor die? He was shot in the back while trying to flip a switch. He sacrificed himself to let Jyn Erso escape. A bomb got thrown into a ship he was in, and he died in the explosion. He was stabbed in the stomach by Darth Vader, or he was nearby the Scarif Citadel when it got blown up by the Death Star and died in the ensuing explosion.
He was nearby and died in the ensuing explosion.
What are the numerical designations of the 3 Inquisitors seen in Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels, the TV series? 2nd, 4th, 10th, 3rd, 5th, 9th, 6th, 10th, 11th, 5th, 7th, 8th, or 4th, 7th, 8th?
Wait, can you read the... Can you read the answers again?
2nd, 4th, 10th, 3rd, 5th, 9th, 6th, 10th, 11th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 4th, 7th, 8th.
5th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah, 5th, 7th, 8th.
38. Who is the only Rebellion X-Wing pilot besides Luke Skywalker to survive the assault on the first Death Star? Garvin Drace, Biggs Darklighter, Wedge Antilles, Jack Porkins, or John Vander?
I think it's John Vander.
Okay. What is the moral of Luke Skywalker's first lesson to Rey? The legacy of the Jedi is failure. The Jedi have lost their way. The Force does not belong to the Jedi convolute the Force to serve their own purposes, or the dark side will always exist.
The legacy, I think it's the legacy of the Jedi is failure.
Number 40. What original trilogy era character appears in the final episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Victory and Death? Lando Calrissian, Darth Vader, Nien Nunb, Luke Skywalker, or Han Solo?
Darth Vader.
What is the surname of the Chancellor of the Galactic Republic at the beginning of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace?
Is it a multiple choice?
Oh, sorry. Valorum, Ock, Palpatine, Organa, or Antilles?
Ock. Wait, no, surname. Wait, does that mean does surname mean first name or last name? I can never remember.
Last name.
Oh, Valorum. It's Valorum.
What Jedi is killed by Savage Opress on the planet Florum? Stas Ali, Kit Fisto, Terados Gon, Sora Bulk, or Adi Gallia?
I think it's Adi Gallia.
When Phil Lord and Chris Miller were fired from Solo: Star Wars Story, who was hired to replace them as directors? Ron Howard, Lawrence Kasdan, Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, or Jon Favreau?
Ron Howard.
Which of these Yoda quotes does not come from Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back? Do or do not, there is no try. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Adventure, excitement, a Jedi craves not these things. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack. Or if you leave now, help them you could.
Oh man, can you read those again?
Do or do not, there is no try. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose.
Oh, it's that one.
Okay.
It's train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose.
Number 45. Which Jedi tries to help the clone trooper CT-5555, or Fives, whilst he is uncovering a conspiracy? Coleman Kaj, Luminara Unduli, Deepa Bilaba, Anakin Skywalker, or Shakti?
Can you read the question again? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Which Jedi tries to help the clone trooper CT-5555, or Fives, whilst he is uncovering a conspiracy?
And who are the
Coleman
answers?
Kaj, Luminara Unduli, Deepa Palava, Anakin Skywalker, or Shakti?
I'm I'm sorry, you keep cutting out. Can you read it one more time?
Which one, the question or answer?
The answers. It's the Jedi
Coleman
conspiracy.
Kaj,
Yeah,
Luminara Unduli, Deepa Palava, Anakin Skywalker, Shakti.
it's Shakti. No. Yeah, Shakti. I
Which
think.
of the
I have it.
following characters appears in Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels? Yoda, Ochi of Bestoon, Amilyn Holdo, Mon Mothma, or the Seventh Sister?
Which season? Of which
Three.
show? I'm
Three
sorry.
of Rebels.
Season 3 of Rebels. All right. Wait. It's I think it's Yoda. That's to be Yoda. I'm gonna guess Yoda.
47. What famous ship from Star Wars Rebels, the TV series, appears on Exegol in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker? The Phantom 2, the Chimera, the Ghost, the TIE Advanced V1, or the Gauntlet Starfighter?
I believe it is the Ghost.
The final 3 questions of this part of the exam use the following list of Separatist commanders and allies throughout the Clone Wars. This is a long list, so prepare yourself. Cad
Okay.
Bane, Asajj Ventress, Dooku, General Grievous, Wat Tambor, Newt Gunray, Lot Dodd, Embo, and Shumai.
Yeah.
Of the above list, which one held the Senate hostage? 4, 3, 1, 6, or 9?
Okay. These questions. Okay. Just which one held the Senate hostage? Cad Bane held the Senate hostage.
Okay. Wait, let me just... Okay, that should say that, right? Okay, yeah. Of the above list, which 2 were involved with the training of Savage Opress? 3 and 7, 2 and 4, 2 and 3, 6 and 8, or 1 and 2?
Who were involved in the training of Savage Opress? Asajj Ventress and Count Dooku. 2 and I think that's 2 and 3.
Okay, so 2 and 3, so that's C. Of the above list, which one captured and tortured the Jedi Master Eth Koth? 5, 4, 6, 7, or 8? 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8?
4, General Grievous.
Okay. And that is A. Okay. That is your first section. Let's go on to the
Awesome.
second section before we receive the answers, by the way.
Awesome.
By the way, that took
Alright.
you about half the time that I provided, so...
I figured it wasn't going to be too long. It was
Okay. You get the
movie
same
and
amount
then-
of time for the second section.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, okay. For the next question, I'm going to be looking at the answer key a little bit more, frequently now because I want to keep track of your answers, with that one. Section 2, okay, here we go. I'm gonna start the timer now. Go. Okay.
All right.
Question 1. The building of a Jedi or Sith lightsaber is a complicated process. Answer the following questions about the building of a lightsaber. Please identify how a Force user would find their own lightsaber crystal.
Okay, so you mean for a Jedi or just in general?
For a Jedi. For a
So
Force
for a
user,
Jedi,
based on the
for
lore
a Force
we've seen.
user, based on the lore we've seen, they would go to the caves of Ilum, and they would enter, and they would find they would try and find a crystal that called them. They would find the crystal that called them.
Okay. Let's see. How am I gonna measure that? I'm going to say... Yeah, okay. 1B. Please now identify how that same Force user would construct their lightsaber from the crystal they had found.
How would they construct their lightsaber? They would they would use parts to build a lightsaber.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what the right what you're going. I'm not quite. They would use the force. It would be kind of in a state of meditation usually.
Okay.
I believe.
There we go. 1C. Why is being around a large quantity of water with a lightsaber generally not a good idea?
Lightsabers can short out, and they're not. They're usually not waterproof by default.
Okay. Next question. D. Explain what is different about the following list of lightsabers and how such a lightsaber would be created. Mace Windu's lightsaber is the first one in the prequel trilogy. The second one is Count Dooku's lightsaber in episodes 2 and 3. Yoda's lightsaber in the prequel trilogy is number 3. The Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber in season 1 of Star Wars Rebels is number 4. And Kylo Ren's in the sequel trilogy is number 5. Please go down through them.
You want me to go explain them all?
Yes.
What is different and how? Mace Windu's lightsaber was different because it had a purple lightsaber crystal, not a purple blade. I don't know how it would be created, but I represented the balance between the light and the dark found in his fighting style of Vapad. Count Dooku's lightsaber had a curved hilt. This would be built in mainly the same way, but it would be it's curved for better one-handed balance and precision for the Makashi dueling form. Yoda's lightsaber was a short blade. It was a shoto because of his small size. So it was made so that the hilt was smaller, and so that the blade would also be smaller. The Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber in Rebels it was like a dual mode lightsaber. It could be one or two blades, and the emitter matrix, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. The emitter matrix could detach from the central part of the lightsaber, so that the lightsaber could spin around.
And finally,
and that was made by having a detachable matrix. And Kylo Ren's lightsaber in the sequel trilogy had a cross. It was different because it had a cross guard, and so how that works is there are like outlets on the side because he used a cracked kyber crystal, so the cross guard outlets were necessary to vent off some of the power of the lightsaber so that it wouldn't overheat or explode or break apart.
Okay, so next question. In the Star Wars universe, a common trope is for main characters to ultimately die tragic deaths. For each of the following questions, circle the correct or highlight the correct circumstances, you'll just tell me, of the character death. 2A, and they're the same criteria all the time, by the way. 2A, we're talking about Qui-Gon's...
I'm sorry, you cut out there for a sec. Can you repeat that?
2A?
Yeah?
Did you hear the instructions for section 2?
You're gonna read me that. I'm gonna tell you which one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn's death on Naboo. 1. Okay. A family member witnessed it. Yes or no?
No. Family member did not witness it.
A lightsaber caused it.
Yes, a lightsaber caused it.
It happened before the Battle of Yavin.
Yes, it happened before the Battle of Yavin.
Okay, give me a second. Stila Guerrera's death on Onderon. A family member witnessed it.
Yes.
A lightsaber caused it.
No.
It happened before the Battle of Yavin.
Yes.
Darth Maul's death on Tatooine. A family member witnessed it.
No.
A lightsaber caused it.
Yes.
It happened before the Battle of Yavin.
Yes.
And finally, Captain Phasma's death on the Supremacy. A family member witnessed it.
No.
A lightsaber caused it.
No.
It happened before the Battle of Yavin.
No.
Okay, great. Not like great, but like we're done with this. Great. That wasn't any indication. Number 3, in the Star Wars universe, Jacob, characters are often only a couple of steps away from crossing paths with each other. Answer the following questions about connections in Star Wars.
All right.
Connect by social interactions. This is basically the 6 degrees of Star Wars part, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah. Connect by social interactions the paths of Ezra Bridger and DJ.
Ezra Bridger and DJ. Okay, so Ezra Bridger met Rebel High Command. Like he knew Princess Leia, and Princess Leia knew Mon Mothma, and where am I going with this? Yeah, Mon Mothma. Mon Mothma was in the Resistance, I believe, and pardon?
Never mind.
Okay. Mon Mothma, I think she was part of the Resistance, which I think she was in Force Awakens. And she was, so she would have known Poe Dameron, who of course interacted with Rey, who interacted with DJ.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna write down that part of it. Okay, here we go. Next, please connect by social interaction the paths of Newt Gunray and Hondo Ohnaka.
Newt Gunray and Hondo Ohnaka. Oh, okay. Newt Gunray, of course, interacted with Darth Sidious. And Darth Sidious interacted with Count Dooku. Of course, and Count Dooku was once taken hostage, captured by Hondo Ohnaka.
3C. Connect by social interactions the paths of Mon Mothma and General Grievous.
Mon Mothma and General Grievous. All right. Mon Mothma and General Grievous. Shoot. Okay, so Mon Mothma knew Mon Mothma was a member of the Galactic Senate and knew Bail Organa, who Bail Organa was friends. Wait, no. Bail Organa. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm super confused by this one. So who are we doing?
Mon Mothma and General Grievous.
Mon Mothma and General Grievous. All right. Mon Mothma knew. Mon Mothma interacted with. Oh gosh. Sorry, I don't know why this one is like tripping me up so much.
We can always skip and come back to stuff.
Mon Mothma interacted.
And you have plenty of time, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Mon Mothma interacted with Bail Organa. Bail Organa interacted with Palpatine. Palpatine interacted with Dooku, who interacted with Grievous.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. 3D, final question in this segment.
Okay.
In this part of the thing. Connect by social interactions the pasts of Babu Freak and Baru Lars.
Okay, so Babu Frick knew Babu Frick met Rey. Rey met Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker was raised by Baru.
Finally, the final question. I'm just gonna let you kind of rant with this one. A very common struggle with the Star Wars universe is the pull to the dark side for a figure normally associated with the light. Consider the following figures: Anakin Skywalker, Ezra Bridger, Luke Skywalker, Rey Skywalker. Write a short essay, you can just tell it to me, that explains and develops your position on which of the above figures best represents the idea of a light side individual being tempted by the dark. Use appropriate, specific evidence to develop your position. You can just rant at me.
Okay, so I think that Luke Skywalker best represents this because he's trying to be taken to the dark, or Palpatine is trying to take him to the dark side, and he's very tempted to. He almost kills his own father, Darth Vader, but he overcomes this temptation, obviously, and throws his lightsaber down, even though he took it and tried to kill Palpatine, even though Vader and Palpatine were taunting him and telling him your friends are gonna die, everyone's gonna die, and yeah, I think that's the most powerful of those stories. So yeah, I don't really know what to say for this, but I think that's
Okay.
it.
Um, that
It's
okay.
also the original.
Yeah.
It's the original.
Anyway, so you used about 13 minutes on that one. Let me quickly like go over this and see what answers you
Oh,
got right and wrong.
okay.
Let's see. Okay, I have your final score. We'll include this in here. Your
All
final
right.
score, 90%. 90.3% considering everything. So
Okay.
very, very
Not bad.
good. Very, very good. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
For people, whenever we're sending this out, I don't know. You can find this on our website that we have linked to our Twitter page. You can also find this probably in the description of the episode. You can find a link to all of that stuff. Go take it yourself. Go see how you do. I told you what score Jacob got. I didn't tell you what the answers were. I mean, we did, but like we cut that out. Anyway, so that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and let's do what our segment of
One quarter portion.
now, because 6 Degrees of Star Wars was part of the exam. We're not doing it here. Um, uh, so what we have is a this month, a two Star Wars opinions and a and wow, shoot, and a it's a long story. So you want to do this month first, Jacob?
Yeah. All right. So this month, the Star Wars media that I have been consuming that is different for me is actually Star Wars Resistance. And I was surprised because a while back I had watched the first two episodes and I just thought it was totally just it just didn't do it for me. I just really didn't like it.
Not all Star Wars is for everyone. It's understandable.
Yeah. So, but I ended up just I was bored a few days ago, so I started watching it again, and I picked up on episode three, and I actually found it pretty. I found it not as bad, so I was curious, and I kept watching on, and it actually got pretty good. Well, not good, maybe not good. I'm not sure yet. I haven't watched enough to decide that, but watched the first eight episodes, and it's all right so far. I haven't fully formed an opinion on it, but it's an interesting show. It's definitely different. It's interesting that there's no force using characters. That's not something that we see much when there's just like totally nothing.
You're not part of the target audience, which is fine. Not all Star Wars has to be for everyone, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. It ended up being pretty cool. So yeah, it
I'm
was
gonna warn you, it gets better.
good. Okay,
It
it
gets
gets better.
it gets better. You've barely started.
Yeah.
My this month for this month technically, I guess we could call it. At the time of recording this episode, I've been replaying Jedi Fallen Order. That is a fun game, and it's a fun story, and it's some really interesting messages about hope and choices and all of that stuff. You've heard me rant on Star Wars opinions about how great Jedi Fallen Order is, but I'm replaying it now, and so yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. Okay. You want to do opinions now?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
opinions.
two for each. I'll go first this time. Okay,
Go
Jacob,
for it.
if you could build your own lightsaber, what color would it be,
Hmm.
and why?
I think it would be. I think it would be green because green is my favorite lightsaber color. And green represents kind of academic pursuits, I guess, kind of the peaceful side as opposed to focusing on combat. And I like reading books and I like studying. So I'm like more interested in learning, I guess, than like martial arts or what the equivalent would be for blue. So yeah, I think green.
For
Also,
me,
I love Luke's lightsaber. It's awesome.
For me, green is my favorite lightsaber color, but I gotta say, the cyan color in Jedi Fallen Order looks incredible. So I might just have to say that cyan color from Fallen Order.
All right.
Go ahead with your first opinion question.
All right. First main question. When Luke Skywalker says that the legacy of the Jedi is one of failure in The Last Jedi, do you agree or not?
No, I don't agree. I think the legacy of the prequel Jedi is failure. I think by boldly gesturing around and saying the legacy of all of the Jedi is failure, I don't think that's correct. I think Luke became disillusioned with what the Jedi were supposed to be. But I think in his sadness, I think he took it a little too far. Which is understandable, because when you've been betrayed that much, you start taking a lot of things far. But I think in essentials that the legacy of the Jedi, I think the legacy of the prequel Jedi is failure, no doubt about it. But I think the legacy of the Jedi overall is one of people just trying to help. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't, but they're just trying to help. And I think we're going to see that more with the High Republic, and when we go more back in time, and even when we go more forward in time, like hundreds of years beyond the Rise of Skywalker, which I know we're going to do at some point, I think we're going to start to see that. What about you?
I thought this was an interesting question. I was having this discussion the other day with another friend, and he was saying that the Jedi kind of got their butts kicked in most wars, and I thought this was true. And for a minute, I was like, wait, yeah, the Jedi did kind of fail. The Mandalorian War, Coach War, they didn't usually do too great. But the problem is the Jedi aren't warriors, so I think it's not quite fair to judge them on that. I think that they did have a lot of failures, and their legacy and what the Jedi Order had become was very flawed and not the best by the time the Battle of or the Clone Wars rolled around, and by the time that area came with the crumbling of the Republic. That being said, it's hard to make the argument that the galaxy would have been better off without the Jedi. They had the agricultural core, the exploration core, the medical core, the diplomatic core. So they planted food, they prevented starvation, they taught people how to do agriculture better. They mediated disputes. They helped treaties be made. They promoted exploration and economic development. They did a lot of good things. I just think that the point at which they failed the most, the Jedi, which I think, and maybe what Luke is getting at when he says that the legacy of Jedi is one of failure, is when they try to tie themselves too closely to the Republic, and they end up becoming like a military arm of the Republic, and whenever there's a conflict.
Yeah. Okay, my second Star Wars opinion question. If you know me, you know one of my favorite quotes about the behind-the-scenes making of Star Wars of all time is, of course...
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
One of the reasons why I love this so much is that hopefully it does work. It does work. It happens so many times in Star Wars. And so that's why I'm asking you, Jacob, what is your favorite, it's like poetry, they rhyme, moment?
Favorite, like poetry, it rhymes moment.
Favorite mirror, favorite parallel. It doesn't have to be constricted to movies. It can be
Okay,
callbacks in TV and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't noticed many of these. I don't think they're as important for my viewing experience, but I would have to say probably the mirroring of Ahsoka walking down the temple steps further walking down the temple steps in the Clone Wars, and then apparently walking down the Sith temple steps after fighting Vader and sacrificing herself.
Interesting.
In Malachor.
I
think that's a really interesting parallel, because it might symbolically, the second moment, the moment in Rebels, the Malachor moment, might be her maybe symbolically returning to the Jedi Order, because before that she says, "I'm no Jedi," but then by the time The Rise of Skywalker rolls around. Of course, she's there talking to Rey. So I don't know. I think it's a cool moment.
Speaking of
It's
the
a cool
Rise of
parallel, for
Skywalker,
sure.
I think I might get some flack for this, but my one of my favorite moments is from that movie. I think you probably know what I'm talking about, but when Luke lifts the X-wing out of the swamp on Octo, it was played for fan service. I understand that, but it worked because you see now that it's one of the things that I love. And when people say the Rise of Skywalker doesn't connect to Last Jedi, I simply just don't understand that, because you have Luke in Last Jedi, and we have Yoda coming up to Luke, and he's like, "Young Skywalker, you have failed." He's still seeing Luke as this young apprentice who still has who still has the failure, and he has to teach him one final lesson. Yoda in Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker, we see that Luke, in death, has learned from that mistake. In lifting the X-wing out of the swamp, he has learned that failure. He learned that he failed as a Jedi from the time of before 7 to the time of 8. He's learned that in his talk with Rey. He says to Rey, "I was wrong. I didn't realize that the galaxy really did need somebody like that, and the galaxy really did need a legend." And he floats the X-wing out of the swamp, hereby reversing his actions when he got to Octo. He sunk the X-wing down. Now he's lifting it back up in a cunning parallel of his old master from Empire Strikes Back. And so that's my poetry and rhymes moment. What's your next question?
My next and final question for Star Wars opinions is this is kind of an interesting one. Is the Star Wars fandom is Star Wars in a better or worse place than it was a year ago?
A year ago.
Do you think we're better off or worse off now as Star Wars fans than we were a year ago?
I'm gonna say unequivocally better.
Why?
And there are 2 pieces of evidence I'm providing for this one. Actually, 3. And unfortunately, neither of them are The Rise of Skywalker. I love that movie. I know a lot of people didn't. I know a lot of people have all these different opinions about the movie. It's become one of the most divisive Star Wars movies right now, which is understandable. It's got that new scent off it, and some people don't like the decisions made. I'm not talking about that, though. What I am talking about is Season 7 of The Clone Wars, Season 1 of The Mandalorian, and Jedi Fallen Order. 3 Star Wars things which got almost universal praise from fans. And all were released in the last 3... all were released in the last year. Now, let me help you. Let me point out something else about all 3 of those. All 3 are getting followed up in some way. We're having the Bad Batch show that was announced coming in 2021, which is kind of a little bit of a sequel to the Clone Wars. We have The Mandalorian Season 2 coming in October, and a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order has been announced. So I think the Star Wars fan base, yes, it's in a better position than it was a year ago.
Yeah, I completely agree for the same reasons. I'm going to do a part 2 to this question just to make it more interesting. How about 5 years ago? Do you think we're in a better or worse place?
By far. No questions asked. 5 years ago, we didn't have we didn't have the sequel trilogy at all. We didn't have The Mandalorian. We didn't have Season 7 of the Clone Wars. We had 1 season of Rebels, which was probably, in my opinion, the worst one of all of them. We didn't have Resistance yet. There's so many things that I personally, from a personal standpoint, then absolutely, because the sequel trilogy is my thing. I love Rebels, I love Resistance, I love Mandalorian. I've loved a lot of the things that Disney's thrown at us. From a fan perspective, to a lesser degree, but still yes, because of Rebels, because of all the new expanded material, books, comics, all that. Force Awakens, a lot of people love that movie. Last Jedi got a sour initial response, but slowly I've been seeing a lot of people actually coming around to that movie. Rise of Skywalker, I guarantee you within 5 years people are going to be all over that movie. Especially once they release another one. Especially if they release another movie. People are going to be all over Rise of Skywalker. But yes, I think it's in a better place than 5 years ago.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that no, yeah, it's in a better place. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And finally, we have It's a Long Story. The segment where we badly summarize Star Wars. Here we go. I'm trying to. You go first for this one.
All right. Long story. A worker for a company is falsely implicated in a workplace accident.
Oh, I know this one.
He finds the real culprit, but human resources wanted to fire her, so she feels betrayed and quits her job anyway.
Never mind, I don't.
Really?
Well, I thought it was Jedi Fallen Order for a second, because...
No.
That sounds like something that happened. Fired because of a workplace accident?
No, falsely implicated.
In a workplace...
Framed. She was framed for a workplace accident.
It's Season 5, The Clone Wars. It's the Ahsoka framed arc.
Yeah, it's the Ahsoka frame. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice job. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, let me do a summary voice. Are you ready for this? Okay, here we go. A young man from a wealthy family joins a young man from a military family, not military family, a wealthy family. A young man from a wealthy family joins a terrorist group. The terrorist group is opposing another terrorist group that has not invaded the galaxy yet, but is about to. The terrorist group asks him to, it's not a terrorist group. A wipe from your mind, it's a terrorist group. It's not a terrorist group.
Okay.
It's
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one. The first one is an anti-terrorist group. The first one is an anti-terrorist group. The anti-terrorist group assigns him to a planet where he doesn't get along with people because he's not in his natural element. But the terrorists are slowly but surely invading that planet, and he has to report back to the anti-terrorist group about their activities.
Oh. Is it? Oh man, is it the Lux Bonteri arc in Clone Wars?
Nope.
Is it Eli Vanto's arc in the Thrawn trilogy? Is it in Legends or canon?
Canon.
Oh man. Oh shoot. Is it in a movie or a TV show?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay, this is tough. Oh man. I don't know. Can you say it again?
A young man from a wealthy family is drafted by an anti-terrorist group to help fight, not the drafted, but joins an anti-terrorist group to help fight terrorists that they know are coming, but haven't actually invaded the galaxy yet. The anti-terrorist group drops him off on a planet where he is an outcast, where nobody likes him and nobody knows him. And his one sole duty is to report on the activities of the terrorist group, which is slowly invading that planet.
What? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I give up. What is it?
Jacob, you're gonna be really sad once I tell you this. I just described the first season of Star Wars Resistance to you.
Oh, I get it now. Oh, nice. Good one. It was a little vague, but yeah. All right.
Anti-terrorist.
All right,
terrorists haven't invaded the galaxy yet. That's the First Order, of course.
I don't know if calling it a terrorist organization is quite the right word, but okay.
It hijacks the government, it blows it up, and then it takes over.
Okay.
Either way, that is going to be it for this episode of Star Wars in a Galaxy. Make sure to Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Also, follow us on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, all that good stuff. Wherever you find your podcasts, we're there. Leave a review for us, all of that, and may the force be with you. Always.